So I know I haven't made a video in a while. It's maybe been a couple months, I think, something like that. I've just been busy working on other projects, focusing on my writing, mostly for my religious website, which is the 2olivetrees.com. You can check that out if you're religiously inclined. If you're not, to each his own. I think people are better off searching for a higher power, specifically God. And that's my belief system. That's where I am. So I'm upfront about that. So people have to understand that my viewpoint is not coming from some secular position or humanist position. And that's no affront or insult to anyone. That's just me being honest and upfront. Anyway, so I came across this video, and I originally heard about this story on Twitter. I usually don't spend too much time on Twitter, but I saw it in my Twitter feed from a local station that I follow. And then I came across this one from New York. And it's about the woman who jumps in the lion's cage display, whatever you want to call it, at the zoo, which is pretty stupid. But what bothers me about the story is that the police are looking for this woman because of this incident. I'm going to play part of the video and then I'm going to comment on what I just said, why that bothers me.
For a woman who went to the Bronx Zoo on Saturday and broke the rules big time, caught on camera, she was seen climbing into the lion's den and then stayed there seemingly dancing in front of the dangerous animal. CBSN New York's Tara Jakeway has this story.
Watch as the unidentified woman, already on the inside of the lion enclosure fence, waves at the giant cat. Then, as the lion stands still glaring at her, she dances, seemingly carefree, with only a small moat separating her from the animal.
The interesting thing is that
the video was shot by another visitor to the zoo.
Let me pause there for a second. The interesting thing is that the enclosure fences are so low, whoever's taking the video, you can't even see the fencing at all, which to me is stupid on the zoo's behalf because you have dangerous animals. You may have clipped their claws and tamed them and trained them to deal with human interaction against their nature. But it's kind of asinine to have small enclosures, and then there's someone later on in the video, I guess a zoo representative, makes some excuse for why the enclosures are not tall. But that's stupid. That's really, really stupid.
Saturday, moments after it was taken, the woman was escorted out of the park unscathed. Now, police are on the hunt for her. They say she may face criminal trespassing charges. For its part, the Bronx Zoo released a statement saying in part, quote, "Barriers and rules are in place to keep both visitors, staff, and animals safe. We have a zero-tolerance policy on trespass and violation of barriers." Visitors to the Bronx Zoo today reacting to the video, wondering why the woman would do such a thing. They're worried about her safety as well as the safety of the animal.
I think it's absolutely crazy.
Now, the woman gets escorted out. Okay, and as you heard at the beginning, the police are looking for her. So unless the zoo press charges against this woman, there's no real reason for the cops to be looking for this woman. The other thing is, don't they have more important things to do? Aren't there worse offenses happening in the Bronx? In all reality, the stupidity of this woman, right, putting her life at risk to jump in a lion cage for whatever reason, views on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. If something would have happened to her, that would have been her own fault, honestly. Even though the zoo has short fencing, she has to be responsible for her own actions. But the question is, again, why are the cops involved? And if the zoo had pressed charges against this woman or was in pursuit of pressing charges, she should have been detained. Right? I'm pretty sure there's zoo security who have the authority to detain someone who commits a criminal offense until the proper quote-unquote authorities come to do what they're paid to do. So it just doesn't make any sense. And then the fact that this is a news story. It's really not a big deal. If it was a news story, like the essence of the news story should be, don't be stupid. Don't put your life at risk for entertainment. That's dumb. But of course, we have a society that glorifies recreational drug use these days, and excessive drinking and sporting events and this and that and the third. And, you know, how, okay, now I see the religiousness coming out of you. No, it's just, there are things more important in life than entertainment, partying, having fun. There's a time to have fun. I just don't think that legalizing drugs or criminalizing drugs has anything to do with a person being responsible for their own life. Like, these are individual choices that people have to make. And unfortunately, you cannot legislate morality. What you do is you actually incentivize people to go in the opposite direction, because unfortunately, human beings have a rebellious nature that and gives them the inclination to go opposite of sound morality. It is what it is. We observe this in human nature constantly. Okay, so it's not me coming from a position of judgment. It's me stating the obvious and making the obvious point that this woman was stupid. The police are probably wasting their time with this thing. She caused no real damage, so pressing charges against her would do what? Ban her from the zoo? The zoo can ban her from the zoo without pressing charges. I mean, it's their private property. They have the, or maybe it's owned by the city or the state. Who knows? I should have looked into that, but they have the right to. If it's private property, they definitely have the right to ban her from entering in. So this is nonsense.
I don't know why anyone would think to climb over there.
I'm sorry to hear it. Somebody who's very troubled. I hope that nothing bad happens to the lion because of what this woman did.
John.
Yes, and let me stop there. This is the no disrespect to the older woman who just said what she said, but that's the normal environmentalist way of thinking, or at least it appears to be. Like, there's this concern for this lion. The lion did nothing. And more importantly, the lion shouldn't even be in captivity. The lion should be somewhere in nature doing what it does, hunting and sleeping and what have you in the African savannas. Personally, I'm anti-captivity of any animal for any reason other than food or protection and pest control. Okay, so that gives rooms for dogs, cats, cows, chickens, and work. I believe animals can be used for work. That's just, as long as you're treating the animals right. Having them inside of cages so you could charge people to look at them. You would think environmentalists and, animal rights groups would be anti-zoos. I've never heard any group, and I could be wrong, but I've never heard any group publicly come out and protest zoos. National zoos, local zoos, whatever. Never heard it. But it's this thinking that the animals have health or concern, anything happening to the animal. If you're really worrying about the animal, you would want him in his natural habitat, not behind cage fencing. Period. But this is the weirdness about our society. We can't even think straight. It's insane.
Bo hopes the decision of one woman won't ruin the experience for others.
At this exhibit, there's low walls, so you want to get close enough to see what's going on, but you don't want to have these high fences in front of all the exhibs. It takes the fun out of the zoo.
But why would you put a dangerous animal behind low fencing? That's stupid. This. I'm ranting, and I don't want to do that. I really just wanted to discuss how stupid it is that the police would be looking for this woman for being dangerously stupid and putting her own life at risk, but not putting anyone else in danger. That's not really a criminal offense to put yourself in danger. It's stupid, but it's not a criminal offense. So the police have no reason to be involved. Sure, she should be banned from the zoo for being stupid. Maybe, who knows? Again, I'm rambling and ranting, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to say, God bless and good day.